that a slight increase might be necessary.
I think for the sake of the members, we can just tell them what we pay at the moment, Mr. Chairman, or Mr. Secretary.
To be a member of PTAS?
Yes, PTF.
Nothing at the moment.
Well, we're PTF then.
Yeah, up to 50 employees was something like 50. Yeah, £50 plus VAT. So it was a nominal sum.
Yeah. You know, it's not much money.
Yeah, that's right. And in actual fact, the money that came back from the area back to the association this year amounted to more money than what the running costs of the association were, taking the secretarial side out of it, right?
Yeah.
I think the running costs for the association came in something about £1,000-ish,
Yeah,
Matt, is that right?
1,500.
Yeah.
Right, and that was with a subsidy to the AGM of about £300 last year. So all in, we ran about £1,500, and the membership fee that PTF collected last year amounted to £2,500. And that wasn't including VAT.
Less than 2,200.
2,200, sorry. Yeah. So the membership fees that were paid last year would cover the running costs of the association.
I think it's right that you should be aware that, as Mac has highlighted, the Treasurer has highlighted the fact that there is a possibility of a slight increase in fees. Clearly, all efforts would be made to keep that to an absolute minimum, because there is a lot of volunteers involved in it. It's nearly all voluntary. But you've heard Eric's very thorough presentation there on what the future really is for us. We can either fold up or we can carry on in a much more autonomous way than we would normally have been able to. So, you know, if you've got anything else that you want to say on it, now's the time, because we are looking very much to the future, to the longer term. Yes, Bill?
Bill McCartney, Central Petroleum. Is it worth clarifying for the members the fact that the PTF will continue to exist as a standalone organisation? There may be some confusion in that respect, in view of the fact that up until now members here have paid their membership fee to PTF, and now we're asking that to change. And there may be a question mark saying, well, PTF are not going to disappear. In actual fact, they are now a standalone organisation, as I understand it, headed up by Richard Ayres, who many of the members will remember used to attend this AGM.
Well, he was here last year. Yes, it is a standalone training organisation now, which will be out in the marketplace with many others to seek business and to do training. It is the lead body for the downstream training, still classified as that. But, you know, like every other organisation, they will in fact have to sell what they've got. So it's still very much in the market, yeah.
It may be, Mr. Chairman, that we might just have to broaden it out a little bit if we, going ahead, that is maybe not just focused on the training, but more as an association as well. Because you've got new legislation coming in, and I mean things like the height legislation, people's got to know about these things, and it's been postponed just now. You've also got providers from probably like Offtech for the engineers training and things like that, but we can buy that in. And we've got somebody like the FTA doing the ADR, but I mean, we've got many other things like the depot operations which we need to continue, that they cannot provide in the PTF numbers. And not that they're willing, because they don't have the numbers. Up here we can, so we maybe have to go commercial, really commercial.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a slight increase in the fee. I mean, the modest £50 really, for what we need to meet the legislation of the present and in the future is nothing.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Bill, there's always been a stream of information out via Keith usually to member companies about changes in legislation. You know, the six-pack regulations were a classic, where everybody was notified and were told about the possible implications they had for the various companies. So PTAS, as a local organisation via the Secretary, has always channeled out that sort of thing to encourage people to actually attend courses and that have been organised simply to bring them fully up to date on these things. But you're right, I mean, the flood of stuff, and I'm sure Tony will mention it, coming from Brussels now is out of the ordinary. You know, if we could block the Channel Tunnel off and stop it all coming, it would be welcomed by most companies. But it's there, and it's going to continue harmonisation, and we're all good Europeans, hopefully, and it'll continue to arrive with us, and the broadening the organisation, as Bill says, could help provide people with updates on what's available, what is necessary to be done, etc., and so on. So yes, it's an excellent point, Bill. Yeah.
John?
Yes, John.
I would just like to say that it's an opportunity for the Association Support Committee. The fact that we came into this position with nearly £7,000 to £8,000 is an indication of how successful as an association we've been. We've got an opportunity to broaden the whole thing and widen the whole thing. Why don't you get a commitment now from everyone here? We can discuss it again at the AGM. The proof of the pudding will be in the meeting next year. But we've got a tremendous opportunity to broaden the whole aspect of what we do. I don't think it should be allowed to disappear.
Well, as I said, Sean, you've heard Eric's very thorough explanation on what the objectives are, and the opportunity of this answer back is to give everyone the opportunity to put their tuppence worth in if anyone has got any doubts. The committee fully supports the proposals that have come up. We think it's the best way forward in the circumstances, and you know, time will bring change, no doubt, as the years go on. But we feel that it would be a shame for the organisation, which is so well supported in Scotland, to be lost, and simply for the sake perhaps of maybe an extra few pounds coming from each company. But that remains to be seen, and the finances have been managed extremely well, certainly no waste involved, and when you take the benefits that the association can in fact give to members by keeping them updated, etc., it's well worth the subscription, I think. Yes? Well, but does anyone else, or would anyone else like to say anything in connection with it?
I mean, the committee have enjoyed a lot of debate, obviously, during the subject. Alan has covered it all. What were the main concerns within the committee, if there were any, that were debated as to the future? I mean, I would like, obviously, to support continues, but I'd like to hear from the committee, who have obviously enjoyed a lot of debate. Were there any major concerns that came out?
Eric?
I think it was the ability to operate without the full-time support of Keith, who, although he was not paid by PTAS, was effectively representing PTAS almost continuously in what he did. And this led to, one, the consideration of whether or not it was viable actually to retain a person as a full-time training advisor on behalf of our industry in Scotland. It was felt that that was too bold a step from the financial point of view, but rather it should be replaced by simply an increased commitment in time, energy and in kind, if not in cash, by the members of the association. And that's where some of the ideas about rotating meetings, local hosting, greater involvement by members and so on came from. Because it was certainly said by one of the majors there present that there was a tremendous amount of resource in the form of premises, people's time and so on available, and a tremendous fund of goodwill to support what were universally thought to be the worthwhile objectives of the association. But the finding of the cash might be the tricky bit, and therefore this is where the more limited time commitment, in a sense of professional full-time involvement, was evolved, and the idea of more rotation and more personal involvement by the members, which in turn might call for you to give up some of your time and talents, to support the group.
Okay, Alan? Anyone else, gentlemen? Lady? No? Right. Well, what we would ask you to do then, if we could have a proposer and a seconder for the committee to continue along these lines that Eric has in fact pointed out to you. Right, Peter, yes. And second, right, thank you. That we carry on along the lines as described in the paper PTAS, the future. Could we have a vote, a show of hands on that, please, to gauge the support? Actually, it's been proposed that we carry on, proposed and seconded that we carry on along the lines as we've mentioned in the paper. Could we have a show of hands, please, to see the degree of acceptance?
With the exception of Tony Slatter, it's unanimous.
Yeah.
It is unanimous.
Well, thank you very much indeed, gentlemen. That as I say, it has the full support of the committee, obviously. It means, and Eric has already mentioned this, that the Constitution, the committee is empowered to make changes to the Constitution, and we will be no doubt considering that at the next meetings, any amendments that might be required. It will mean the removal of references to the PTF, Petroleum Training Federation, but there's only 3 or 4 of those in the Constitution anyway. And those changes will be brought to the next AGM for ratification. Okay. Incidentally, just to highlight to you, the next meeting that we will be having will be in September the 7th, and that will be at BP Oil Refinery at Grangemouth at the Information Centre. Tony Fitzpatrick has kindly agreed to host that one. I think he knows about it. So that will be it if you want to take that for your diary. September the 7th at BP Refinery Information Centre. What time, Keith?
We reckon starting 12 o'clock, finishing at 2. We'll be lining up a guest speaker for that particular meeting, having a look around the Information Centre, and followed by the committee meeting. And anyone who comes to the first 2 items that I mentioned is welcome to stay for the committee meeting, which we intend to open up to anyone who comes along to take part of the committee meeting.
Could I just make a point, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
You mentioned that you're bringing forward to the next AGM. I think we just let's keep it very open and possibly on an EGM, because we might just need the mandate of the members for changes
Okay.
in the structure.
Good point, Bill. Yes. Yeah. If the changes are quite dramatic, it might mean the full approval to go ahead. Yeah. But failing that, say an EGM or to the next AGM. But it is a good point. Yes, Alan?
Given that we made this significant change today, would it not be a good idea to communicate this change throughout Scotland and try and encourage new members? Because obviously we're now going it alone. I really think that this is the opportunity perhaps to say, come and join us.
Yep. Okay. Yes, Ron.
We'd asked for clarification of each role as minor information when required. Group needs to be working for them. We're trying to stop when it's so much else
Well, feel free to start with any time you like. You'll not get them.
Sorry,
You get the answer machine on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, if I'm available and anybody's got any questions, I'm only too happy to answer them. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But
as I say, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to answer. If I'm not in at home, because you've all got what some people thought was the office number, was actually my home number. So leave a message in the answer machine if I'm not there, and I'll give you a call back. Okay? Only too happy to help.
Okay. Right, gentlemen, I think we've heard that quite well. We will try our best and keep you informed on all of this. Thanks, Larry.